All right, guys, welcome back to round 5. So it's going to be a big week. We've got the standard leagues to run, including a top of the table clash between M and myself for outright leadership in the Chizo Conference. We've got JB taking over Chizo's team, which we'll be renaming shortly after protest. So hopefully he can get off the bottom of the ladder there and get a win on the board for the new team, new franchise. And we'll be doing 32 lineups in the DFS. And what I'll be doing is completing the standard leagues first and then jumping over to DFS, so we're not kind of chopping and changing between the two formats, which was some of the feedback I got from the last one. So let's jump straight over and run the match day. Quarter 1. All right, so Webmoth has taken an early lead over Jacko. M has taken a 100-point lead over me. Wow, what a big one. Led by the captain there. Who's the captains in this game? Not looking good for me. Maxi Gorn's having a shocker. Luke Shuey's doing okay. Moving across, we have a slight lead by Liam over Luke. A very slight lead by Blackie over AG, and I've missed Dr. Misadventure there. And Dr. Misadventure has a 100-point lead over JB's new team. Once again, the ruck line there is causing a bit of concern. Everyone's seems to have Max Gorn at the moment. So, all right. So down in the pistol conference, Maz with a slight lead over JK. Mini Pistol continuing with his unbeaten run over Marshall. Butler's leading Pistol. And Eccles has a small lead over Ben. So I'm not going to jump over to DFS. I'll do that at the end, and I've got a new kind of way of doing the display, so kind of hides the scores still. So let's run quarter 2. All right. Webby's taken a commanding lead now. What's that? About 70 points or so, 65 points. Oh, geez, M's leading me. I'm not comfortable with that. Looks like my forward line's doing okay, but she's really killing me in the captain. Wow, Luke Shuey's killing Max Gorn today. She's leading midfield as well. Moving across. Dr. Misadventure has a very comfortable lead now, 90 points over Team JB. Doesn't look like JB is going to get off the canvas this week in his first match under new ownership. Liam leading Luke. That's still not that big. Wow, look at this. AG and Blackie. That's a close one, 7 points. Same captain, probably the same ruck there. Looks like a bit of maybe a midfield versus defence battle there will decide the match. JK is going down to Maz by the looks of it. 70 points there. Might be hard to come back from. Very close in Pistol. Look at that, Mini Pistol. You've got a fight on your hands there with only a 10-point lead over Marshall. Butler, you only got a slight lead over Pistol now, so Pistol can come back from that. That's easy to overcome in a fourth quarter. And Eccles easily has the chocolate over Ben this week, I would say. All right, let's run the Premiership quarter. All right, it looks like Webmoth has going to get the win over Jacko there. Who's Jacko's captain? Because that's a bit of a failure there. Lockie Neal sitting at -24 for the match so far, so not doing too good at 74 points. And your ruck as well. Who you got in the ruck there? Max Gorn. So Max Gorn's just killing everyone today. He's my captain as well. So, and I benched Brody Grundy. So that's going to suck. Going to be very hard for Jacko to come back there. Close-ish game in the top of the table clash between myself and M. Once again, the captain is the difference there. Look at that. Luke Shuey as captain has looks like he's won the match there. my forward line's doing okay, but her midfield's doing better. It's really just the captain's score there that's making all the difference. Dr. Misadventure, going to easily account for Team JB. JB might just have a bit of soul searching there. Captaining Joel Selwood Fireworks. Look, probably would have looked good on paper. Just hasn't really played out. Jake Lloyd is killing it for the doc. And then, yep, Liam's going to easily account for Luke. And wow, super close in AG and Blackie, 4-point game, same captain. Yeah, the midfield there for Blackie's looking pretty strong though. So they'll come down to the wire. In the Pistol Conference, Maz will take care of JK more than likely there with a 65-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Mini Pistol and Marshall, that will come down to the wire. That's only a 30-point game there. Anything special doesn't really look like it there. Everything looks very, very even across all the lines there, other than captain. Presumably Marshall's got the cursed max score. No, he's got the cursed Lockie Neal captaincy. All right, in Butler and Pistol. Wow, look at this. Pistol has come back. Look at that. Told you. Captain. Wow, who are you captaining, Butler? You are captaining a Starburst Jacob Hopper, who is getting destroyed. Luke Shuey looked like he was a good pick this week in a few teams. Yeah, the Joel Selwood Fireworks. Eccles is running one of those as well. No match for a Dusty Brownlow, but overall the stronger team by Eccles. Looks like he's going to win that one for sure. And then the final team, final match in the Pistol Conference. Very, very close. Chewy's taken the lead over Gorry. Looking very close there. Really, the ruck is the big difference. But we'll see how that goes in the fourth quarter. All right, let's see who wins these matches. I need a big one to overcome M. All right. Yep, Webby won as predicted. Couldn't come back against M. Geez, Gorn has just let me down big time. Very disappointing. Dr. Miz has easily accounted for Team JB there. That's a big percentage boosting win for Dr. Miz, who hadn't won leading into last week, I think it was. So a couple of wins on the trot. So he's climbing his way back up. Liam has easily accounted for Luke, and wow, Blackie gets the chocolates. Yeah, looks like the midfield really kind of carried it home for you there. I'll see if there's any big scores there. It looks like a very, very solid line. 130, 127, Trelaw, Danger. Titch hasn't done too well for people this week. Jacob Hopper hasn't done too well, so congratulations there for Blackie. All right, in the Pistol Conference, Maz has come back and taken care of JK. Mini Pistols, just all classes, pulled away from Marshall there at the end to get the win, staying undefeated. Butler has come back and beat Pistol, so Pistol mustn't have done much there in the fourth quarter to lose by that kind of margin, 80 points. Eccles, wow, big score there, 21-40 to take care of Ben. And, oh, wow, Chewy holding on by 12 points over Gorry. So, all right, I'll update the conference ladders later on tonight. And it looks like Mini Pistol and M will be kind of having outright lead in the two conferences. All right, so we'll jump over to the new DFS match day. So what I've done here is, so all the scores have run, and I've just kind of hidden the remaining three quarters, so we can kind of see how they're tracking quarter by quarter by just kind of unhiding. So in quarter one, the only one I really want to focus on is Brawl 5. So Brawl 5 was just a gun bunch of packs. So have a look at these captains. It's just brilliant. Oops, don't need that one. So this one here just had a glutton of captains. So I ended up with a milestone Patrick Cripps. Webby ended up with a starburst Patrick Dangerfield. Chewy got a starburst Josh Dunkley. And Eccles got a contested beast Dusty Martin. And JB went all in on his Tom Hawkins pick in captaining him as well. So that's probably the best one of the brawls. So I'll probably focus in on that one a bit. So who is leading that? Eccles is leading that. So Eccles with the Dusty Martin. Everyone else is looking pretty even. Eccles has got the biggest score by far there. So there's 32 teams lining up across 5 brawls today. Well, another big score there by Al. Let's have a quick look at Al's team. Contested beast Luke Parker as the captain. So pretty solid scores there by at least half the team. So that might be another good one to look at. No other really big scores there. So let's have a look at quarter 2. So these are the half-time scores now. In the middle, 275 by me in game 1, brawl 1, led by Patrick Cripps, really Cripper, and bit of Josh Kelly and Jared Harbrow leading that one. In brawl 2, the leader is Gorry on 277, led by Jasper Pittard. And Isaac Heaney. Rowan Marshall's doing okay as well. And you have Heaney Milestone card as your captain. So he looks like he's getting best on ground in that game. In Brawl 3, the leader, wow, by a fair margin, Al, 355 points. He's on track to break his own record of 600 points in a brawl. Luke Parker, contested beast, 96 points at halftime. Kane Lambert, the underrated Kane Lambert, according to Jacko, getting 88 at the half. So that is going to be very, very tough to beat. And Al is the leader in Brawl 4 as well. Let's have a look at that team. Jack McRae, 89 points at the half. So you've got some good players. Down in Brawl 5, which should have been the best of them all, not doing that good. So Eccles is still leading, but we'll see what happens there. All right, let's have a look at 3/4 time. So at 3/4 time, Webby has taken the lead in Brawl 1. Wow, Heaney, another Heaney deck. Heaney and Sis. And Seb Ross, wow, this is looking a pretty good team there. Going down to Brawl 2, the leader is, so Gory's still winning. Brawl 3, Al on 526, definitely going to break his record. There's no way that he can't break 600 points this week. Wow, 131 from Parker, 125 from Kane Lambert at 3/4 time. Massive scores. And Eccles is still leading in Brawl 5, but only just over Al. So, all right, let's see who wins. Full time. Wow, I've broken the 600 barrier with a 618. Who was my team again? Harbrow, Paddy Cripps, Josh Kelly, Jaden Stephenson, Jaron Geary for 52. Wow, 600 points. Well done to me. In Brawl 2, the winner is Gorry on 544. Brawl 3, the winner is Al on 582. You've had a shocker there. Look at that, Al. 57 points in the 4th quarter. In Brawl 4, this might be Al's other team. Yes, Al's other team. So I held the world record of 618 for about 5 seconds before Al smashes it with a 633. So we'll have a quick look at that one. Wow, 176 out of Jack McRae. I mean, that's the difference, isn't it? 104 out of Brody Smith. And just a solid performance there. Lowest score of 84 from Big Tom Lynch. So, yeah, there's no spuds, no Eric Hipwoods in that team. Going down. All right, in the Brawl 5, with all of the great captains, Really, it was, I think that's the Eccles team, isn't it? The Dusty Martin team. Yeah, Eccles wins it with 534. Led by the 147 from Dusty. So Brawl goes to Al with me in the runner-up, the only teams to kind of crack through the 600. Just in the interest of time for me, I'm going to run the injury report now that we have completed the matches, and it'll just save me from having to do it tomorrow, and it will allow me to update all of the data into the main sheet and load it back into Google tonight rather than making you all wait for 24 hours. So let's run over and run the injuries. Round injuries. Okay. That shouldn't be there. Okay. So how many injuries have we got this week? We have 7 injuries. Shit. Another big week. All right. Injury number 1. Jared Lyons. So Jared Lyons. Let me just, sorry. Let's drag this over here. So I'm just going to have a look at who's been impacted by this. Jared Lyons. So Gorry, only on your bench, mate, so that's okay. You're all right. Oops. Injury number 2, Jared Witts. I mean, that's probably going to be another bench ruckman, I would presume. Yep, just bench. So it's all benches so far. That's okay, guys. No one big. Matty Cruiser, I think he might have been started by one person this week. P-R-E. Otherwise, he's a bench. No, so he's an R1 for Luke and for Chizo. Oh, and for Gorry. All right, so JB, there's your first injury, mate. You'll need to find yourself a new ruckman. Injury number 4, Reece Stanley. Wow, it's a big injury week for rucks. So once again, benches. Yeah, it's all just bench stuff here. Very unusual. Max gone. Shit. That's going to affect heaps of us, but he's been playing shit, so who cares? There we go. I won't bother reading out all of those players because half the conference have Big Max gone. Shannon Hearn, now that's a big one. That's going to affect heaps of us. Chizo, Paulo, M, AG, Luke, Jacko, Pistol, Eccles, Chewy. So yeah, nearly probably about a third of the both conferences. All right, the last one is Higo. Who's got Sean Higgins? Liam's got Higgins. I think that's it. All right, guys, that is it. So I will map those injuries into there. I forgot to update this formula, so that should say 11. That should say 9, 9, 6, 6, 9, and 7. So all right, cool. I'll map those into the full injury list. Next week we will get back Cicely, Sloan, and Jake Kelly. But I'll put all the rest of those on there, update all of the data, get it into Google Sheets. Hopefully by, tonight. It depends. I think we might be doing some drafts tonight. But, all right, see what happens. All right, guys, actually, I might just quickly jump over to Slack because There's a few Slack messages coming in there. There you go. There's a typical controversy. There's always a controversy each week. Jacko, I will look into that. Why you have a Neil Burst captain. All right, JB, you can have a new team name. All right, just tell me what your team name needs to be. Tell you what, in honor of all of your efforts in getting here, I'll even name the whole conference after you. So it'll be JB Conference versus Pistol Conference. All right, guys, logging off. I'll get back on Slack. I think M wants to have an early draft tonight if anyone's keen. So let's do that. All right, and yes, you are fucked, Luke. Good luck. All right, see ya, bye.